What's going on, guys? So probably about a month ago, I went back up to Minnesota to link up with my buddy Phoenix to once again chase after Musky. If you guys have been a subscriber for the channel since probably June, you guys will know that I went up there back in June with my buddy Chris to link up again with Phoenix because, well, we wanted to go catch Musky, and it was Musky opener, and it was a pretty tough grind. We really only caught one muskie, and I just so happened to catch it. But that trip, I kind of didn't really try that hard. And meaning by that is I really just wanted to film and document the entire experience and kind of be in the background while Chris and Phoenix just fished. And like, it kind of worked out and it kind of didn't because we really didn't catch fish. So I didn't really get a chance to actually try and fish because I spent just the entire time focusing on filming. And when it comes down to me, it's either I'm all in on filming or I'm all in on fishing. So I can't do like half and half, or else both of them will kind of be and I don't want to be right? And then last year around this time, I went up to Minnesota again to link up with Phoenix, and we went up to Tamarack Island up on Lake of the Woods in Canada. And that one, I was kind of more just enjoying the experience of being in Canada and hanging out with my buddy and, you know, being on such an awesome island. And I didn't catch a single fish. I caught a tiny little muskie. So I've caught in a purebred before, but it was super small. We didn't really even care about it, but that was kind of the same thing where it was an experience and like filming, and I didn't really try to actually fish for them and focus on it. So last month I said, hey Phoenix, I'm gonna come back up. This time I'm not gonna be playing around. We're actually gonna like try really hard to catch a muskie. And well, we set out to do just that. So the only B-roll I got was literally me getting on the plane and landing in Minnesota, and that was it. Other than that, I pretty much told Phoenix out the gates, like, dude, like, I'm not here to make a super cinematic film or video as a series, anything like that. I'm literally here just to try and catch a muskie. And so 6 days of muskie fishing. So the first few days, you know, we saw a few muskie. They weren't really big ones or anything like that, but pretty much the entire trip, we were plagued with pike and bass.
If you need to,
push out rays
all around the boat. They have to be live. Okay, so what are we in now?
It's not big.
Keep him down.
What is it, dude?
I think it's a nice pike.
Is it a pike?
You want me to net it?
Yeah.
It's a nice pike. Got there, dude.
Beautiful pike. It's a triple trout. Probably 35, 36 inches. It's a nice bycatch for musky fishing.
All right, let's catch. Let's get a couple pictures here.
With me best mate, another giant, dude. Bum him. You're shy.
It's fucking dark.
What do you mean what? What do you want? You want me to? Yeah.
She's coming up.
It's a fucking large one. Flipper. Grab her.
All right. Largemouth on the triple trout.
Fuck, dude.
Oh.
When you're done holding it, just turn.
And when you're chasing after muskie, you know, it's like the only thing you want to catch. So when we catch pike and bass, it is such a huge letdown to us, where it's like you grind it for 2 to 3 hours plus, or maybe all day, and you finally get a bite and you think it's a muskie, and about 3 or 4 cranks in, you're like, dude, it's not big enough. I don't feel any head shakes or mass. It's probably a pike. And then up comes a pike, and you're like, oh, great. Sick, right? So we started off the trip throwing, you know, the triple trout 10-inch. I threw the punker. I threw around the mother a little, the high power herring. You know, just a bunch of like the bass glides and stuff like that. So we kind of started with that, you know, and it was just resulting in, well, Phoenix dumped one the first day.
How big is it? 11 inches?
I want to say they're 11. They're either 11 or 9. It'd be better if they were 11.
It'd be way better.
I've talked to him. He said he would hold me 11.
No way.
If he ever actually made them. Like, yeah, dude, fucking just, for the love of God, please give me
Please.
one.
For the love of God.
Please.
Big 50.
Keep her on, dude.
Nice one.
Keep her on. Which side you want me on, dude?
Over here. What's going on? It came off. That was a big fish, Jeff.
We were catching bass and pike left and right. You know, I got a sick pike blow up on the punker.
I can 58 it, and then I caught a pike in 50 fucking.
This is ridiculous, dude.
Stupid.
This is just ridiculous, dude. It's literally the most top water marine. Oh my! Nice pike. Nice pike, dude.
You're good, dude. No, it's a nice pike, dude. I want to land it.
You're good.
I want to land it.
You're good.
Bring it over here. She's barely hooked.
You're good, dude.
Bring it back around.
Dude, that was so sick. That was sick.
That was so cool. That's your PB pike for sure.
That was gnarly, dude. That was cool.
There you go.
But for some reason, we just couldn't get it dialed in with the muskie. Like, it just seemed so rough, especially like the first half of the trip. It wasn't really until about halfway through that I started to realize that the punker was probably going to be a really good bait. And for shits and giggles, Phoenix owned one bucktail, single-bladed bucktail, and when it comes down to musky fishing, the bucktail is pretty much like the drop shot. You can't go wrong with it. Like, it's always going to catch fish. It's just a plain fish catcher. So we had a bucktail tied on just for kicks and giggles, and I think the first time I'm throwing it, it was pretty hectic because super windy, it was raining. I set up the GoPro. I didn't have a waterproof housing case. I literally just had a glove that Phoenix had. Somehow strapped it on the GoPro, and well, this is kind of the shitty footage.
Perfectly right down the line.
Get the pike. Get the pike. You're fine. Oh, it's a muskie. Holy fuck.
It's a musky. It's a musky.
Holy fuck. It's a muskie. Here she comes, man. Yep. No, she's not. Here she comes. Here we go. Here she comes, dude. Get ready. Over here. Over here. Over here. Ready? No way! Oh, dude. It's right there.
So that one was kind of brutal. Finally hooked into a muskie, the right kind. It wasn't a big one, but what's so funny is when I hooked that fish and I got it right up to the boat on the left side, both me and Phoenix literally thought it was a pike, so we kind of just didn't do anything. Then all of a sudden we're like, wait, dude, that's a muskie. So then it starts it comes right to life and it starts dogging me. It's just digging, going to the back of the boat, for the front, all around. Finally, we get it up, and she just jumps and spits out the bucktail right in front of the net. It is what it is. Kind of devastated about that, but that's just the musky grind. So after that, we kind of just had to keep going.
There she was. That was such a
Trolling motor on 10.
yes.
Would have aided me. What is it? It's a really cool It's a nice I think it was 4, dude.
You see that in there?
You see that?
Choke the bucktail. Dude, what is up with this bait and largemouth?
Love it. It's in the large. GoPro real quick. Alright, get it back. It felt so heavy. Going. Does it feel good? No, it's still small, but it fucking hit it right into the water. Is this still on? Yeah. Are you sure it's still small? Yeah, it's small as fuck. It's a nice largemouth though.
Well, we're winning this tournament, boys.
Yeah, that's a W.
No way. Yeah, I think we ran out of gas. Yes. Yeah, we literally ran out of gas.
Wow.
I've never run out of gas before. I guess this thing is right. Why, dude? Why?
GoPro, I'm showing you.
After that, it was pretty much just more failures. You know, I was getting fish to come up and follow the punker. I had fish completely just miss the punker. Like, it was wild because we were getting activity, but we couldn't hook the muskie. And if we did, it just seemed like we wanted to just dump them, right? Phoenix hooks a really, really nice muskie right after catching a pike. And of course, it comes right off. That one was extremely devastating because that was a big fish. Like, that was the one we came out for. Wind was absolutely blowing, and you know, that was our only bite from a muskie that entire day. We didn't see any other fish, so that was kind of brutal. So we're getting towards the end of the trip, and we got a pretty nice calm morning, very flat calm, and I'm throwing the punker, and it's beautiful out. Nobody's fishing on the spot, very calm. The punker's doing his thing, and all of a sudden,
What were you saying? It came off. Are you fucking...
God, dude.
that blow up was one of the sickest blow ups I've ever seen in my entire life. Unfortunately, it threw the punker 10 feet back at the boat and just shook off. I mean, that fish was hot, was so fired up, and just spat that bait so quickly. It was unexpected. So now the pressure is really on because now we're down to our final day. So we go pretty much the entire day without seeing a single fish. from sunup to sundown, and now it's getting down to sundown. I have to leave, you know, tomorrow morning. So it's just like, bro, I gotta figure this out. So it's the final day, and I make a bet with Phoenix. I'm like, hey, dude, if we catch a fish, may it be you or may it be me, doesn't matter. If we get a muskie in this boat, I will shave.
Yeah, I feel like if you get the bit here, yeah, it's not gonna be a little one. I feel like it's all like 45.
I got him. Nice. Dude, keep him down. Keep him down.
I got him, dude. I got him.
You did it.
Fucking ski, dude.
I know.
Oh
Keep
my
him down.
god.
It's a nice one. It's a nice one, Jeff. It's a nice one, Jeff. We're okay.
Dude, the track's like sick.
We're okay. Chase him
The
up.
bite was so sick,
Dude, you did it. Hold on. Come on, dude. Jeff,
was super-
please, dude.
I thought it missed it.
It's okay.
Here she comes, dude.
I know.
Here she comes.
I know.
Get her.
Where is she?
She's coming up.
Where is she?
Right here, dude.
Oh my god. Oh my god. GoPro, did you see that? GoPro.
Dude.
You did it. I told you. I was feeling it, bro. I was feeling it, bro. Oh my god. That was so... What you got in there, Jeff?
Dude. Got a Metro Musky on the fucking bunker. Dude. Let's go, dude.
Put it up against it. Mouth closed. That's a 40. That's a 41 and a half. 41 and a half Metro Musky on the lunker punker. Shore off one more time.
Dude, look at that fish. An absolute predatory fish, dude.
So sweet. All right, let's get her back.
Finn, dude. Look at that fish, dude. Oh, she's almost ready, dude. Here we go.
See you later, girl.
See ya. Absolute pandemonium. I mean, you can see it in our reactions. I mean, I'm jumping up and down for joy. I couldn't believe it. You know, the entire trip of just missed opportunities, dumping fish, pike and bass, the whole 9 yards, comes down to this, the final day, sunset, top water muskie. I mean, how cool is that? And the coolest part is, when it was all said and done and we got the punker out of the fish's mouth somehow, without it bleeding, by the way, she left me with a present. A tooth. Left in my punker from that fish. How cool is that? I mean, it looks like a short tooth. I mean, look how big that tooth is on a freshwater fish. That is insane. So that is a moment that I'll always cherish for the rest of my life. I mean, grinding hard with my best bud, fishing after a fish that I always thought was so cool even as a kid, and finally getting it done with, it's not even the fish of a lifetime, but it felt like the fish of a lifetime in the moment. So that was my recent trip to Minnesota. Huge shout out to Phoenix, of course. I will leave his Instagram and YouTube channel down in the description below. You guys should definitely give him a follow. He's one of the fishiest dudes I've ever met. You know, huge shout out to Swimbait Underground as well as Sims. Thank you guys so much for, you know, supporting us that trip. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, go out there and chase your dreams.